Hi Pickles! So today is a really exciting day because it is the first instalment of my superfood powders-esque video series that I am doing, and I have not explained that very well at all. Basically today I'm going to be focusing on matcha, and I also use my Neal's Yard green complex along with this as well, so I'm going to introduce this one a little bit to you guys as well, but the main focus on this video is going to be matcha and how I introduce matcha into my diet. I've also kind of realised that I'm matching my green theme today. I didn't mean to do that, it just sort of, I haven't worn this jumper in ages, so I didn't mean to match, but I am, so yeah, cool. Anyway, Sam actually managed to get me this matcha. Matcha is really expensive, but it's one of those superfoods at the moment where there's a lot of hype about it, and I can see why. It's really yummy, it's really easy to use, it's really versatile, it's had so many good things said about it, so a lot of people are talking about matcha at the moment. I had my first experience with matcha when, because I really wanted to try it, but it's so expensive, and I thought, well, I don't want to waste, you know, my money on it if I don't like it, because at Neal's Yard, I think it's about £13.50 for 50 grams, so it's really, really expensive. Anyway, so I went to the juice bar that we have in the UK. It's called Fuel. They've got some in like shopping centres and stuff like that. And they had a matcha soy vanilla smoothie. I thought that'd be really cool. I can try the matcha and see if I like it. Oh my god, it was the most amazing smoothie I've ever had in my life, and now I keep replicating it at home. So that's basically how I have my matcha every day. I'm going to show you how I make my smoothie because it is the most yummy thing in the entire world, and I know you guys are going to love it. It's amazing. So yeah, this is the packet of matcha that I have. It's from Grape Tree. And it's 30 grams, and Sam managed to get this for me for £4 in like a shop in Guildford. So yeah, this is amazing value for money, this little packet here, but I know they're a lot more expensive if you go to other places, but I think it's so worth it. Okay, so I just read you're meant to have 1 teaspoon of this a day. I've been having 1.5 teaspoons, which is why I've probably got so much energy, because this is an energy boosting powder. It's also really good for antioxidants and detoxifying the body. It's like green tea, it just kind of keeps you healthy and things like that. So it's a very strong version of green tea. They do it in a very different way to the normal way they do green tea. It's very, that's why it's so expensive, because the process is a lot longer, it's a lot purer. So on the back here it says it's got 137 times the antioxidants of green tea, 70 times the antioxidants in orange juice, and 7 times the beta carotene of spinach. So this stuff is really, really, really good for you. Like I said, its kind of main benefits are that it's very energy boosting, it's detoxifying, and it's full of antioxidants, which we all know are very good for you. So I'm going to show you guys how I use this green tea in a moment. But first I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about the green complex that I've been using alongside it. So this is the green complex. I finally got all these really cute little jars to put all of my superfoods in. I've put little labels on the top so I know which ones are which I think is really, really cute and a really good idea, because as much as I loved the packets, I just ended up with getting it everywhere, and it was really, really annoying. So these are the jars that I'm now keeping them in. So this has got a lot of different green things in there. I'm going to kind of read off a little bit about it because I can't remember it all off the top of my head. I'm not that clever. So it's got spirulina powder, which is full of antioxidants and promotes vitality. It's got spinach powder, which is rich in chlorophyll, which helps maintain alkaline balance. Parsley, which supports healthy function of the kidneys. Chlorella powder, purifying, helps the immune system. It's got other things in there which are good for healthy digestion, lots of essential nutrients. It's got green tea powder extract, which helps with the breakdown of fats. It's also got more vitamin C sources in there, and there's lots of things in there as well that help the body's detoxification processes. That was some very long words in there. So this stuff is, again, really, really good for you. I'm going to put my phone down so I don't get distracted. I really don't like the taste of this, and I've tried putting it in water and in smoothies, but I have to make sure the smoothies are quite strong, because otherwise the taste of this is really disgusting, but it is really, really good for you, so that's why I've been kind of incorporating it into my diet. On the packet as well, which I have now thrown away because I prefer to put it in these little pots here, it said that it was really, really good for like muscles and brains and your gut and things like that. So just kind of like where I've been doing a bit of workout, it kind of helps the muscles slightly, not loads, but it does help them a little bit as well. So yeah, so I've been using this, and it's a great way if you're kind of getting into healthy eating and exercising. You can kind of give your body a bit of a detox, you know, a bit of a clean out and things like that. So I've been using the matcha and the green complex together because the matcha is quite a strong taste, so you can't really taste this in there as well, which is amazing because I can get it into my everyday diet and things like that. And also they just kind of seem to go really well together. So I'm going to show you guys how I make my smoothie so you guys can get some ideas for introducing these into your own diets. I really want to try baking with matcha because I've heard there's loads of matcha green tea cakes, and I genuinely love the taste of matcha. So anything with matcha in now, I'm literally like, I really want to try it. I'm getting so excited over it. But this smoothie, I literally dream about it. I think about it all day. I treat myself to one of these smoothies a day, and it is like my favourite time of the day. I absolutely love this smoothie, and I've never really been into healthy eating. This is a very new thing for me. So if you guys are like me and you're not really into healthy eating and it's a bit scary for you, then trust me, this is amazing for you. So I'm going to show you guys the ingredients that I use in my smoothie. So these are kind of the bulk of the ingredients. So there's not loads in there. First off, I have got my ice cream. You can either use vanilla ice cream or vanilla soy milk, but the vanilla in it makes it really creamy and yummy and sweet and gorgeous. So this is a brand called Swedish Glaze Smooth Vanilla, and this is actually a non-dairy, non-lactose, non-gluten, vegetarian ice cream. I'm not vegan or vegetarian, but I saw this in Tesco and it was actually cheaper than a lot of the other ice creams and frozen yogurts. In the Fuel version they had a frozen yogurt, but this seems to work amazingly. This ice cream, you can see I've used pretty much all of it. This ice cream is so yummy. It's one of the best vanilla ice creams I've ever had. So even though I'm not vegan or anything like that, I've just absolutely been astounded by how nice this is. And I think it's because it's got soya beans and stuff like that in it, and it just makes it really creamy, which I'm a huge fan of. Speaking of the soya, I'm using 2 different kinds of milk. So I like to make it really vanilla-y and sweet by adding a little bit of this, which is the Rice Stream Vanilla Organic milk. It's not milk, it's a vegan milk as well, but it's made from obviously more rice kind of stuff. I much prefer the soya, so I do put a lot of the soya in because it makes it really yummy and creamy, whereas this I find has a bit of a bitter aftertaste to it. So you can get vanilla versions of the soya, which is really, really yummy but quite vanilla-y. So I usually just put the original and then like a little drizzle of extra vanilla in there as well to make it really sweet and creamy. Soya milk, I'm just a huge fan of in smoothies because it makes them so creamy and delicious and so yummy. And then obviously the other ingredients are just the matcha and the green complex. So 5 ingredients, it's all you need, and it makes the yummiest smoothie in the world. So as you guys can probably see, I've made a bit of a mess behind me, and I've kind of filled up my smoothie to how I like it. I forgot to mention that you will need ice as well, but that's kind of like an optional extra. I've had it with and without ice. I prefer it with, because it makes it a bit cooler and more refreshing, but it's kind of an added extra. So I filled it up to about here with my ice cream, then topped it up to about here with both the milks, and then I just put some ice in the top. I mean, you can kind of play around with it and make it your own, and I just put a teaspoon and a little bit extra of the matcha in there, and then with the green complex, it kind of comes with its own little scoop, so I put about 3/4 of a scoop in there as well. I just find that I fill it up to the top kind of with ice, about here with all the other ingredients, and that kind of works quite well for me. But obviously different blenders will kind of have different things, so kind of have a little play around with it. But I think with this recipe you can't really go too wrong with it because it's just delicious. So that's how I do mine, kind of here with ice cream, here up to there with milk, a teaspoon and a bit of the matcha, 3/4 a scoop of the green complex, and then top it up with ice. So this is the finished result. It should be kind of this light green colour. This is my favourite colour, by the way, this kind of mint light green. It should look something like this, kind of be nice and smooth and refreshing. And I'm just going to give it a little taste test. I've already had my smoothie today, but I'm going to have a little sneaky sip of this one. That's perfect. That's really yummy. Like I said, it's kind of hard to go wrong with this recipe. It's just vanilla and matcha, but find your own way of doing it. You might use normal milk or soy milk, but you just have a little play around with it and find what works for you. And this is absolutely amazing. It's so refreshing, it's so good for you, and it genuinely is really, really tasty. I'm so bad with trying new things, and I'm in love with this. It's so good. I'm going to keep this in the fridge until tomorrow, so my smoothie tomorrow is already done for me because I've got a couple of appointments to go to tomorrow. So yes, this is already mixed up for me, makes it nice and easy. And sometimes I have this with my breakfast, sometimes I have it on the go. It kind of depends on what I'm feeling that particular day, but give this a try and let me know how you guys get on with it, because I love to have your feedback. But it's a really easy way to get 2 superfood powders into your diet in one hit, and it's so yummy, so good for you, and I'm in love with this. I have this every single day and I love it. So let me know what you think, or if you're going to give it a try, and I can't wait to hear what you guys think of it. So please remember to like, comment and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, along with other beauty videos as well, and I will see you guys soon. Take care, bye! Such a mess. Where do I even start? And I've literally just used up all of my ingredients, so I'm going to have to go get some more. But right now, I'm going to eat the rest of this ice cream.